How's everybody doing tonight? So tonight we're going to take a look at a little knife I've been using quite a bit. It's called the Vosteed Acorn, and it's a drop point, a liner lock, budget knife. So this is a budget knife offering from Vosteed, and I will say it's a good one. It is a 2.93 inch 14C28N blade. Overall length of this guy is just under 7 inches at 6.9 inches. And it is a flat ground blade with some kind of coating on it. I would assume it's PVD maybe. I'm not sure. But, I think these knives go for 30-40 bucks. I actually got this one used from Duty's Daggers. He was doing a knife sale, so I picked it up. I figured I'd give it a try. It's got these nice micarta handles that are contoured, and it's a very comfortable little budget knife with a forward finger choil right there and a nice sharpening choil. I mean, you can sharpen this thing all the way down to, I don't know, maybe there or so. So, I mean, the knife would be pretty much done by the time you were done sharpening it. And I did sharpen this guy. I put a 15-degree edge on that guy. Let's see if I can get a little closer here. Nice polished edge on it. And man, it took a sharp edge. Like wicked sharp. Here, let me see if I can. I know I got some paper here. I mean, it's just 14C takes a good edge. I will say that. I don't know how it holds up. I mean, I've used it a little bit, but not a ton. And so far, I've just had to strap it up after the initial sharpening. The lock bar is steel, and the lock bar access is good. You've got a nice cutout there. And the lock bar is actually really nice to disengage. It's rounded, and it has little dimples. And it's really easy to disengage. Really comfortable. And the action is pretty good on this guy, especially for a little budget knife. Really good action, reverse flick. You got the top flick. Oh, that's my fault. There we go, that works good. You can finger roll it. Yeah, it's a good little knife, especially for the money. I mean, you can't beat it. They've got a bunch of different variants of this knife. I don't really know what they are. Like I said, this wasn't a knife I did a lot of research on. I just kind of picked this one up, because it was really cheap. And it's one that I've done some practice sharpening on because I figured, you might as well practice on a budget knife. And it came out really well. I will say this, the design of this knife is really useful. It's, got this nice shape to it, very ergonomic, forward choil. It's just a good EDC blade. Small, easy to carry. Pocket clip is reversible. There's a cutout here on the micarta. No filler tab, obviously, but, it's a budget knife. It's not going to feel like a, $200 Best Tech or, a $300 Riyadh or anything like that. But for what you're paying for it, it actually feels pretty good. It has good action, and it's smooth and consistent. It is running on bearings. There's a little bit of noise in there, but when you lock it out, there's no play. I mean, this thing it's rock solid. I mean, there's absolutely no play, which for a budget knife, that's pretty impressive. So overall, I'm pretty impressed with this knife. It has good action. It has a good pocket clip. It's a cheap metal bent pocket clip, but it works really well. The bill is not too too high up. It's, I prefer obviously titanium clips, but you don't get the titanium clip on this price knife. That just, you could always upgrade it, I suppose, if you really wanted. But yeah, it's been a good user. I keep this by, where I break down my boxes and stuff, and this is one of my go-tos for that. That's why I put such a, fine edge on it, because I'm mostly breaking down boxes and stuff with it, and it works really well for that. So it's kind of cool too, as far as the aesthetic, in my opinion, especially given the price. You got this, almost looks like a shotgun shell pivot, contoured micarta handles, like I said. Relatively thin blade stock. It's not ridiculously thin, but it's not thick either. Yeah, jimping on the top. It extends out to a reasonable level, and it's nice jimping. It's not super sharp or aggressive, but you can tell it's there, and it does give you a pretty good purchase. You've also got some jimping here, lanyard hole if that matters to you. Let's get a quick weight on this guy. Oh. So it's been a pretty joy, it's pretty much a joy to carry. It's light, small, nothing to it. The weight on it's 3.1 ounces. So yeah, that's very light. Do a couple size comparisons for everybody. Sharp Eye Design Apex, 3.5 inch blade on that guy, quite a bit bigger. Here's the Vosteed. This is like a 3.2 inch blade, a little bit bigger. If you're in a state that restricts your knife carry to under 3 inches, this would meet that requirement. Throw a pair of 3 out here. It's one of my go-to size comparison knives because, pretty popular. And it's really close to the pair of 3, maybe just a smidge shorter. Let's see here. Cutting edge is really similar. Obviously, you got more of a belly on this guy. Let's go off to the side. Let me see something real quick. I just want to see how thick this guy is, because it hasn't really seemed very thick. It is about the same thickness as a pair of 3, and that would be why. So it has been a joy to carry. And as far as the price goes, I would recommend this knife. Vosteed does a really good job. They do good work. It's a nice micarta. It's got a nice look to it. I like the design, and 14C 28 ends, good blade steel. Did take a wicked edge. Geez, the thing is like a razor blade. Yeah, so this is the Vosteed Acorn. I just wanted to kind of do a quick review of this knife. I don't have a ton of budget knives, but this is like one I bought. Be a hard user, and just breaking out boxes, whittling wood, that kind of stuff. So, but at any rate, thanks everybody for joining me. Leave a like, subscribe if you like this content. I do knife videos from time to time, and for the money, I'd say this is a good one. I'm pretty sure this is still available. And like I said, I'm also pretty sure it's, I should have looked this up, but I imagine it's right under $50 or somewhere right about there, brand new. So at any rate, thanks everybody for joining me. Y'all have a wonderful evening out there. Take care.